Welcome to my home. So there's been a few additions since lots of you have seen this place before. So just to show you around a few of them. I have new friends. I've got some beautiful tropical plants. I have these two delightful fellows over here. Can you see those in that light? This one is particularly beautiful. It's given to those pink stripes. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? And over here I have the Green Man, which is pagan iconography, and there again the Green Man of nature, ancient symbolism. You'll find these carved stones in many churches and cathedrals and important buildings all around Europe. The Green Man was evidently very important with our not too ancient history, but mostly that's been forgotten now, and I wonder why. And so then I have this gorgeous tapestry here which you can actually walk into in the right state of consciousness. New additions to the leaves, lots of very beautiful leaves. And they are all over the walls. I'll speak about this in a minute, but for the time being, just show you a few things. And so down here, it's very important for me, as you'll realise, to bring the natural world into my world. Now this of course is bracken. This is exactly the same sort of stuff we get in my emerald heaven. And then we have these, which are a variety of fungi, like horsehoof and that sort of thing, which grow predominantly on birch trees. Piece of oak bark. Then we have a tibia from a deer and various cones. Over here we have a beautiful piece of rock from one of the oldest regions on the planet. That is a Precambrian rock, 650 million years old. And then these are more varieties. Look at this one, isn't it beautiful? Isn't that stunning? Look at the colours on that. And then this one here. Look at the colours again. Remarkable, huh? So keep all those. Then what's happened now is that I've just finished my 6th chapter, and the 6th chapter was on entheogens. That's to say, it means to be with God. And it's another way of saying psychedelic, mind-altering substances. But psychedelic, it just speaks about the mind, it doesn't speak about the spirit, whereas entheogens speaks about the spirit, because psychedelics for me are entheogens. They put me straight in contact with spirit. And so I've just finished that chapter, 22 pages. The one before that was on my out-of-body experiences, whereby I speak about all of the astral projections that I've had, all the entities that I've met. So the links All 6 of them are below this video. Some of you have been requesting where they are. If any of you have any problems opening any of them or anything else, or you notice any errors in them, then just drop me a bit of a line. Drop me an email. My email is in the About section on this channel, and so you're all welcome to drop me an email whenever you feel the mood take you. Now, having laid down the cornerstone and the foundation to what I'm going to be speaking about, I mentioned to you in a video yesterday the complexity of what now I am launching myself upon, and I'll read you a few of the headlines to the subject matter that I'm going to be endeavouring to cover, and you'll start to get a little bit of a picture of the complexity of what it is that I have to convey. It's my duty, it's my cosmic duty. I've got to do this. And so over here then, here we've got how the unconscious will of the mind guides us towards the purity of God. Signs and portents, how to know God. Benefits of believing in God. The dichotomous mind, that's to say the bicameral mind. We are a split-minded creature, and so we have to deal with both sides of the mind. I've spoken about that many occasions before. Be still and know that we are God. It's the stillness, people, that takes you into the realm of God. Why does God limit our ability to see him? Why does he make it so difficult? When and how to know that we are God? When the carnal essence dies and only the spiritual remains alive. The carnal, that's the fleshy body, when that dies and only the spirit continues. Then passing judgment fosters disunity. Whenever we pass a judgment on somebody, it causes division, and it's not useful. Now, like I say, lots of these, there's several pages deep on both sides, and so there's lots of notes to go through again. Buddhism and Christianity have a very similar objective: to enter the bliss. I'm going to speak about how we achieve that in Christianity and in Buddhism. Then we've got the confessions and the benefits of, prayer and the benefits of, belief and faith, law of attraction, I've already done one chapter on that, self-hypnosis, creating our own reality via our intention, the plasticity of the universe. Belief and intention do actually appear to be laws of creation. In the beginning was the Word, etc. Let there be light, etc. Faith actually feels good. It actually feels good, people. The Tao Te Ching, the ineffable isness, which seems pregnant with love, mystery and intelligence. The difference in meaning between belief and faith, that in itself is a chapter. To discern and distinguish between belief and faith, and what do those concepts actually mean, and how do they work? You see, religion is premised very, very highly in faith. And you'll find belief. You have to believe in God. Believe in God. It's mentioned every single line in the Quran. And many, many times, in the Old and New Testaments. So belief and faith, they're the portals into the dimension of God, people. And I'm going to be explaining how they work. Religious fervour, self-deception, self-hypnosis. How religion was the world's first psychology. Basically, religious texts are psychology, people, for people which were less mentally developed than us in lots of respects. those books are speaking about what the human being is, and why, if you contravene things like the Ten Commandments, you'll end up in trouble. Now all that stuff is self-evident to us, but 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, it wasn't so self-evident. How to be with God. Buddhism. Embrace the emptiness. The Eightfold Path of Buddhism. The crucifixion, how vastly important that is to Christianity. The two journeys, it's the same destination. You might be curious to find out why I think that. Do we have free agency, or are we influenced from an exterior force? Well, I spoke a little bit about that yesterday, didn't I? The Tao. Now, the Tao is the ineffable, it's the indescribable, it's the essence of the universe, which can never be articulated because it's vastly too complex for the human being to even begin to do that. Now, a few more. What have we got over here? What we believe or think we know is entirely dependent on the total effect of our lives and its impressions. So when people say, oh, this is this or that's that, well, that is just highly premised on what your experience has been. None of us can say for certain what anything is outside of our own experience. We can't go stating what another man's experience is, and we most certainly can't go stating as a fact anything that we've experienced and we believe to be true and project that then onto the next man. Our individuated lives are entirely individual to us. Is the world perfect? That's a good question. Is the world perfect, ladies and gentlemen? I'll be answering that one. How do we become free? Don't hold negative thoughts about anyone or anything. Arriving at the decision that I no longer want to experience my past memories. Because most of them have been false. When I'm going to be doing a chapter on memories, how memory works, and all the things. You see, this is one of the bones of contention that my sister has with me. She's stuck in her small state of consciousness, and she thinks that I am the person that she grew up with, when I'm vastly more different to that now. I'm vastly more complex, and I don't accept being that person. Particularly the image that she's got of me, which wasn't me in any case, it's only her imagery of me. And she wants to hold me within her mind and heart in a certain way. And now she wants to project that onto me, and she's highly frustrated that I won't concede to being that person. I say, we've moved on. 40, 50 years. Are you seriously thinking that we're still the same people? And the memories that we have, are you seriously thinking that they are true or were true? Don't you think there's room for error in those? I mean, we all know when we get round and we speak about the old times, how we've all got very different opinions of what happened. That's why I'm saying there's no point in holding on to all these memories. There really isn't. The only memories that I consciously would like to hold on to are the ones of myself and my daughter. I hold those very dearly to my heart. But all the other experiences, just like watching movies, what's the point in holding them all? And this is one of the reasons why I'm writing down many of the experiences that I've had in my life, so I can let them all go. And I can free up some hard drive within my mind, because I no longer have to have the archives full, the RAM full of all these memories. Because for these past however many years since I've experienced those things, I've been reciting them to people. And I suppose I've been reciting them to people, knowing that I need to bring them out of the archives every now and then, to dust them down and to familiarise my state of consciousness today, so I can bring those memories forward with as least corruption as possible. Because if we leave the memories in our archives for many, many years, and then we go back to retrieve them, we'll find that there's not much there. And so that's why I've done that. But as soon as I have written this book, I'll no longer need to recount any of these experiences. I'll just refer people to the book. And I won't feel it necessary to speak about what happened to me on Mount Kilimanjaro, what happened to me when I was living in Africa, what happened when I was scuba diving in the Red Sea, and all these things. They're all distant shadows now. And so, the chapters so far will be in the description down below. They're links to a package which is called Office Suite. You can either download the hard copy, or you can choose to go to Office Suite and read them from that, because initially that package is free. So these are some of the highlights that I have to cover now, and I've got to wait for the cosmos to inspire me into knowing how to start the next chapter, because I don't know which of these to start first. I don't know what order it would be best to write them in. I've got to feel that, and as soon as I get inspired to you see, what I'll do is I'll keep looking now at these highlights until one of them becomes more pronounced within my mind, and then I'll start to receive the download, and it's like, oh, okay, I know how to start the chapter. And as soon as I start the chapter, then I'm in free flow, and I'll never have to contemplate it again. It will just come. And that's the beauty of it, you see. All this stuff is already in my mind. It's not like I'm writing fiction. I don't have to invent anything. It's already there. It's already been experienced. The only thing, in addition to what's happened before, is now I'm thinking about things more than I was when they happened. And so, for instance, in relation to out-of-body experiences and the psychedelic experiences, because from the first psychedelic experience to the last one I've had, there's a gap of about 300 psychedelic experiences. It's a lot of stuff in here, people. And so I was thinking much more differently about psychedelics and entheogens when I started than I am now. And so when I'm reciting something, what I experienced 15 or 10 years ago, I am embellishing that experience with the knowledge that I have now. So that's the beautiful thing about it. Otherwise, the memories would be pretty skeletorial. They would be basic, without any nuance, or without any insight, or without any further additions of cosmic downloads, you know. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you around and let you know what it is that's compiling this book, why and how, and introducing you to some of the subject matter. And so you can see that there's quite a heavy religious theme, a spiritual theme, a psychological theme, a philosophical theme. There are these massive concepts and ways of applying human consciousness that I'm hopefully going to bring together in an intelligible, interesting and useful way, and impart that stuff into the book for posterity. So there you go, guys and girls. Have a great day.